Well, just 13% of voters think Anthony Albanese is doing enough to address cost of living pressures, and only a quarter believe the economy is being managed well. More than half of voters say they're having difficulty amid Australia's cost of living pressures, up from 39% of respondents the month previous. 61% believe the government is heading in the wrong direction. That's a rise of 10%. From April to June. Well, let's bring in Herald Sun business commentator Terry McCrann. Welcome to the show, mate. I mean, this cost of living squeeze is clearly putting pressure on Aussie families. But the question is, what can the government actually do to alleviate pressure, apart from reducing its own spending, that wouldn't, obviously create more inflationary pressure?
Well, Caleb, nice to be with you. Those figures are pretty damning. After 1.5 years of, coming up for 1.5 years of the Albanese Chalmers government, the voters, people out there, are very clearly unimpressed by what they've delivered to date. And because what they have delivered to date is a lot of pain. That's the blunt reality. I mean, the voters have pinged it exactly right in terms of the outcome of 1.5 years of a government that came in promising to cut power bills by $275 for everyone. Obviously, they didn't promise that would happen immediately, but they did promise that, and there's no prospect in the world of them getting there. That reality is fairly clear. I mean, what the government, to answer your question, Caleb, what the government can do is to stop doing the things which are forcing up prices across the board, forcing up the cost of doing business by making all sorts of things difficult for business to operate most effectively. And most fundamentally of all, Caleb, is to cut the price of power and to cut the price of gas. Now, there is no magic wand to be waved, but what they can do is to stop going down this insane path to destroying the cheap, reliable coal-fired generation on which Australian power has always been based, in this mad, insane rush to try and turn it all into renewables at the cost of billions of dollars.
Yeah, and of course that's something we've done to ourselves, or at least the government has done to us, as they tell us that renewable energy is cheaper and it's all going to be fine and dandy, and then you open up your power bill and you go, blimey, Charlie, what's going on here? I mean, we need 10,000 kilometres of extra power lines, billions of dollars worth of investment to try and get the grid to where it needs to be as all these coal-fired power stations come offline.